All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let's geek out, okay?
Yes.
Herb and I are super excited about our guests here for the next half hour, 45 minutes or so. Now, if you've been watching Squid Game's The Challenge, season 2, then you're going to recognize our guests here on the podcast broadcast because they had such a prominent storyline. Now, first and foremost, I have Greg Stinson in studio.
Kurt.
Oh, Kurt. I'm sorry. Oh my God, dude. That's how I set it up. I know this. I know. No, Kurt, when we know this, okay. Now let me I'll backtrack a little bit here. Now, I recognized Kurt on the show almost right away because the last couple of years, as I've been doing the poker tournament for the Angel Ball charity, Kurt always stuck out, and he stuck out in a way that he was always like jovial, in a good mood, and super lucky. And my poker tournament is a very cutthroat poker tournament, right? It's a speed tournament, and you have to be good, but most importantly, you have to be lucky.
And you die if you lose.
Well, yeah, it's another thing. No, but I mean, and every year Kurt makes it to the final table or damn near close to the final table. And out of all the people, and it's a lot of people in this tournament, I can't remember a lot of them, but I always remember Kurt, each and every year. So then all of a sudden I'm binge watching Squid Game The Challenge over the weekend. And I'm like, no way, dude. And so then I look it up, and sure as hell, it's Kurt right from Tucson, along with his beautiful daughter, Zoe. And they're both contestants on the Squid Game. And a father-daughter dynamic in a game where you play to the death, quote unquote death. It adds so much drama, so much storyline. It was such a major important part of the season. It really added so much drama. And first and foremost, welcome to the show, Kurt. And congratulations on being a contestant.
Oh, dude, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, now, and back from the dead. So congratulations on being back from the dead as well. And then when Zoe comes on, which I know this, I just mess up names. When she comes on, we'll talk about this as well, because you guys had a moment that you straight up made me cry, and I don't know. I mean, Herb's a boy dad, so maybe he doesn't understand. But
No. Here's the thing, though. I think it's important to note the first season had a mother-son character line, right?
Yes.
And that was interesting because we didn't see it coming. But to your point, I thought that your storyline just felt it hit differently. And I was worried when the second season came out because I'm kind of like, okay, well, we've seen it. We saw it. It was cool. Can they continue to do it? But honestly, it's all down to the people, and you have to care about the people. And the casting, the casting for this show has been really spot on. And I think they made us care about you in a way that I don't know that that I didn't think was possible. And the fact that you're here is super cool.
Yeah, it's insane too, because Squid Game, if you're not familiar, they get the start of the season, it's like 400 contestants. How many? I mean, you're number 370. What's the exact number again?
456.
456. Yeah. So, and then to get whittled down, I mean, you made it, and spoiler alert, Kurt did die during the show, so he didn't make it all the way through, but the first 5 episodes, very prominent. So how did you and your daughter get involved in Squid Game?
Well, it's kind of funny that you brought up the mother's son. Their names is Leanne and Trey. So it was interesting because I watched season 1, and after I watched season 1, I'm like, oh, well, it would be really cool if they did a father-daughter.
Yeah.
And I slept on it a couple of days, and then I called Zoe up. I said, hey, would you be up for this? And she goes, yeah. I said, okay, I'm going to send in the video. And I never thought it would ever go anywhere.
Right.
I'll send in the video application. You do yours, and let's see where it goes.
Have you ever applied for a reality TV show before?
No, never. I never really even considered it.
Right.
I mean, it's just one of those things like, yeah, I would like to do that, but then never do it.
Yeah.
This one, I actually sent the 2-minute video in.
Yeah.
And called Zoe up, told Zoe to do it. Come to find out 10 months later, she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they called me, and then they said, I did the one. It was supposed to be a 45-minute interview. It ended up being an hour and a half.
Wow.
And I'm on my back porch, and it comes up on WhatsApp, Great Britain. And I'm like, what the hell's this?
Yeah.
And I said, okay. I said, I'll answer it. I answered it. couldn't understand the lady because she's Welsh.
Yeah.
And she's like, Squid Games. Did you apply at Squid Games? I'm like, 10 months ago.
Yeah. So you almost forgot about it.
Oh, totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
And she does the interview. At the end of the interview, she goes, get your daughter's application in. I go, she did it. And she goes, no, she didn't. I call Zoe up. I call Zoe up and I said, Zoe, I said, Squid Games application? She goes, oh, did they call? And I go, yes. She goes, okay, I'll do it right now. So there would be no Zoe if it wasn't for Dad.
Yeah.
As usual.
Of course.
Usual, right? Every kid.
Yeah, and your angle too. I mean, and Zoe grew up here in Tucson. She's currently living in Denver because she's a Denver Broncos cheerleader. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's in her 5th year as being a Denver Bronco cheerleader.
Right,
Nice.
which is, of course, is an easy sell right there. It'd be like me and my cheerleader for the NFL daughter.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that sounds like TV to me. You know?
And that's what I said. I said, crazy dad,
Yeah.
Denver Bronco cheerleader daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? We'd gone to base camp at Mount Everest 4 years earlier.
That's amazing.
And so we'd done some crazy stuff. And so it just seemed like to make sense. It's kind of funny that you mentioned Leanne and Trey, because I started after we got done filming and we came back and they flew us out to LA to do the pickup scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you're like realizing, oh, I'm going to be a main character.
Mm-hmm.
And when we felt that we could be, you're never guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
But we felt like we were going to be a main character. So then I had my assistant cyber stalk and we found Leanne from season 1.
Really? Yeah.
And
Okay.
I called Leanne.
Nice.
And Leanne was so sweet, took my call, and I told her, I said, hey, we're on season 2. What can I expect?
Right.
And she goes, well, don't think that you're going to get a lot of airtime and da-da-da. And I said, okay. I said, they flew us out to LA. She goes, oh my God, they flew you out to LA for the pickup scene? I go, yeah. She goes, oh, you're going to be a main character.
Oh.
And so,
okay.
Then I got really nervous.
So when you talk about the pickup in LA, so was that the interview stuff, the interview sections, or what was that?
No, that was when you get in the van,
Oh,
right
yeah.
at the very first,
is it? Okay.
right when it premiered.
Okay.
Right.
You get picked up. The idea is you get picked up in a van and whisked off to prison to this game.
Yeah.
This is before or after you shot the game?
This is after the game.
Okay.
They
Wow.
filmed stuff backwards.
Yeah,
a
no,
little bit.
that's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
though,
yeah.
because obviously if they go through all that effort, then you play the game and you get eliminated first.
Right.
Then that's a
Yeah.
big waste of time and money, right?
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, that first the game is a purge, and like half the contestants get eliminated right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
That was a nutty scene. And my buddy Derek, who got eliminated in pentathlon, Derek was the reason why we won that game. Is Derek was the one that came up with the musician to count.
Yes.
And then I knew Jacob, the twin, and Derek and I. So Derek grabbed the musician, said, "You're doing this."
Yeah.
I grabbed the twin. The twin said, "Curt, what are we doing?" I said, "You're having Mike count." So me and Derek kind of orchestrated a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and thank
So,
God we won.
It's a little bit of brains. It's a lot of bit of like socializing and charisma to get these people to know you and like you. And you were saying off air that you're the type of person where you wouldn't even remember the numbers of the contestants. You know their actual names, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a little bit of your background and your business as your real estate agent here in Tucson. So we're going to talk all things, behind the scenes Squid Game. We're going to get Zoe on the broadcast with us, and you talk about the game itself and what it was like to be murdered by his daughter, essentially. All that and more coming up on the broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or stick around because we'll be back right after these words on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
I'm trying to get Zoe on. Sorry, guys.
Clear. So,
All right.
we're going back and forth. And then, we'll see as soon as Zoe can pop on, and we'll get her on. Oh, there she is. Okay, good.
She made it.
Yeah, she made it. She got a good setup and everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to our broadcast, Miss Zoe Stinson, who is an alumni of Mari.
Yeah,
And
we're
Mari,
both Lancers.
yeah, you guys went to the same high school.
Mhm.
Oh, she froze already.
Ah.
That's all right. At least it's a good picture to freeze on, right?
That's true.
You know?
That's
Yes.
true. Not like eyes closed and like tongue out or something. That would
Yes.
be bad.
Zoe, check to see if you can connect to your Wi-Fi. There you go. Can you hear us?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, good. Yeah, and as long as we're set up on the Wi-Fi, and you're joining us from Denver, nice backdrop, by the way.
Thank you.
And we just did our first little segment on the air. We're gonna get back on the air here to talk more. And we were talking with your dad, Curt, about first off, congratulating you from being back from the dead. All that you had an untimely passing as well. I was really rooting for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this kind of game, going into it, right, creates like probably friendships that last forever, but also probably creates some enemies.
Oh yeah,
that last forever, right?
I would think so. Yeah. Certain characters, really wear the villain hat well,
Mm-hmm.
And I think in this day and age of internet villainy, I think that some folks, who turn out to be the bad guys, that's going to follow them, right? I mean, there's haters everywhere, so I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
And there's one contestant in there. I don't want to be a spoiler, but it's aired that Zoe and Steven did not quite see eye to eye, and it came through on camera pretty clearly.
Right. Yeah, which is I mean, I guess in a way, Curt, you're kind of blessed that you did get eliminated by Zoe, because you couldn't hate her and you got to have this talk. Now, did you guys have I assume you guys had a pretty strong relationship going into this anyways.
Oh yeah, Zoe and I are very close.
Yeah, she's your first.
Yeah, she's my oldest first.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had a son, and it was brought up on air. We actually my wife and I had a son that lived for 3 days and passed away, unfortunately. And so Zoe's actually technically our second.
Right.
And that was brought up on air, which was fine. And
I had an older sister like that as well.
Yeah. And so Colin, we're never going to forget Colin and everything. So, but no, Zoe's my adventurous one. She, like I said, we went to base camp at Mount Everest. We've done some crazy stuff. She's she was all for it. Now, slow, like I mentioned, slow in getting the application in.
Yeah.
But it
worked out.
It worked out.
It's fine.
It worked out.
Yeah, I mean, this is something your dad's not always saying, hey, Zoe, let's do this crazy thing. Let's do that crazy thing. But when he brought up Squid Game, like, hey, we should apply for that. And you're like, yeah. But you're thinking to yourself, like, that's a long shot. No one ever really gets cast on these things, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He told me and I was like, okay, for sure, Dad, and then sure enough, 10 months later, he gets the casting call. And I was surprised, but that's when I was like, okay, this could actually happen.
Yeah. Now, where does this game shoot? In Los Angeles?
No, it actually it filmed in London.
Okay, so they fly you out to London.
Yes.
Okay, and how long is the process of shooting? Are you out there for a couple weeks or longer?
So I was out there for 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
And I was in dorm for 11 days.
Okay.
Zoe, I think, was in dorm 13 days, Zoe?
I'm pretty sure something like that. Yeah. And then you're at the hotel on each end for a couple days.
Okay. So dorm is actually when you're on set where, all the bunks are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as we landed in London, they take your cell phone. They take all communication away from you. You have no outside. You can't use the hotel phone. There's no communication whatsoever to the outside world.
Right. Do they want to make it feel as realistic as possible to the game, or there's still a production aspect to it?
No, they want you not talking to people.
Yeah.
You were like, I wasn't allowed. The only time we could talk is if we had meals together.
Yeah.
And then, but in the rooms we were isolated.
That's before we go into the dorms, though.
Yeah.
The filming actually starts.
Right.
Once we're filming, every time like there's a game or we're just in the dorms, we're being filmed 24/7. It's in between takes and when games, are being filmed that we have to we're not allowed to talk and we're on ice is what we call it. But the production aspect is something I never could have anticipated how crazy it is. And just how long it takes to film everything. Like that pentathlon game when we were conjoined at the ankles, that took 2 whole days to film. Which is so crazy because in the episode, it's like 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah. And it just flies by. And you guys are actually living in the dorms 24/7 when you're in the game.
Yep.
Yes.
So you actually sleep in there, actually waking up there. That's nothing. They're not like bringing you back to your hotel and getting you back on the set or anything.
No, you live in the dorm, and unfortunately, decided to opt to show me shirtless getting up in the morning.
You didn't look that bad, dude. You didn't look that bad.
I am
Yay.
the only person out of 456 people that were shirtless.
You were the only naked one. Yeah,
you're a trailblazer, though, man.
Oh,
Dude. Come on. It's like
was
Burt
wider-
Reynolds in Ms. Magazine. Come on.
I was wider than this light. I mean, oh my God.
What, were you really seriously were the only one that was topless in that whole thing?
I'm the only one.
Yeah, what was that? Why'd you decide to do that?
I got hot.
Okay.
So Zoe's like, oh my God, Dad. I'm just saying, I got
Hey,
hot.
nobody wants to eliminate the naked dad.
Yeah,
you know?
you're right.
I mean,
That's true.
True.
that's a gameplay.
Except your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
exactly right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm surprised at going in as a father-daughter team, much like the twins. You guys weren't kind of like targeted early because you had a somewhat of an alliance and a one that, you could assume if one wins, the other wins as well, right? So in this kind of game, the fact that you even were able to skirt by before you made that fatal mistake, that people weren't coming after you. Why do you think that was?
I do think people were coming after us a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe and I purposely made a pact of, you go make your friends, I'll go make my friends. We'll limit some of our interactions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just Curt and Zoe all the time.
Right.
The twins were together a lot, and I think that hurt them.
Yeah. They looked at like the type of twins that finished each other's sentences. You know what I mean? Like those kind of psychic twins or whatever, right?
Honestly,
Yeah. Good looking guys, though.
Yeah, but that's what Zoe does to me, so it's kind of the same thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so
But I think honestly, so much of this game is made in the editing. You know what I mean? And that's why, to your point of, getting the call back and to do stuff, it's like they're watching how many thousands of hours of footage and they're like, who stands out? And I think what happened with you, if I can be so bold, people responded to your relationship and it felt authentic. And you and Zoe had a relationship where it wasn't like you're being reserved and you're being a jerk and you're like, or you're like secretly a cop or, whatever the other stories are. It felt authentic. And I think that's why people were like, oh, well, they could tell right away you were good people. Where if you're just a solitary person, it's harder to, especially if you're not an extrovert, right? It's hard to sort of show who you are. And people sort of gravitate towards people that they feel that they like. So, I mean, I think that had a lot to do with it. But, you didn't know going in how to become a character. So I think that's authentic too. It wasn't like you were playing for camera time.
Oh, he already is a character, though. Like I said, even the poker tournaments that I run is Squid Game. Curt has main character energy.
He does,
for sure.
He does.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you saw that. Now, so that was smart. So going in, did you guys think, okay, it's great. It's probably smart not to be on the same team and then kind of protect each other from afar, right? Because then you know how this kind of goes and people get eliminated together.
Yeah, on the first game when they're sending half of you home, Zoe and I looked at each other and said, hey, we have 50-50 odds we're going to go home. Let's at least fly back home together.
Yeah.
Because you're on the plane the next day.
Right.
And so you have 24 hours to get out of the country, and they're flying you home.
Okay.
And so Zoe and I was like, well, if we're going to get eliminated, let's get eliminated together in the first round, and let's go home together.
I like that.
And then, but the next round, we're like, let's split up, right? Because let's not get eliminated together in a group.
Right.
Let's split up. Mm-hmm. Which ended up being, it worked out. It worked out for us. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm not complaining, but it was hard.
I bet.
Because Zoe, we were filming for 2 days. So we were separated for 2 days. Like Zoe was in a different room. I was in a different room.
Yeah.
It was the only time in Squid Game's history that they had contestants sleep in 2 different rooms.
Oh, yeah. So you had no idea what her fate was. And we're back here live on the air, Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're listening to Curt Stinson. Joining us is his daughter, Zoe, who is out in Denver because she's a Denver Broncos cheerleader. Both of them contestants on season 2 of The Challenge. Or Squid Game, The Challenge. Herb and I are fans of a show called The Challenge as well. So anything challenge related, we're in. And we're talking about the behind the scenes aspect of it. So, okay, so you were talking about how for the first time ever in this series, they separated contestants, 2 different dorm rooms. Your daughter's in one dorm room. You have no idea what her fate is, whether she was quasi killed or not. Then you see her on the screen. And so when you see her on the screen, you see that she's still in the game. Then tears immediately rush to your face and tears of joy and being like happy. So all that emotion they create is 100% real that you get to see that.
Oh, 100% real. It was an all-day thing because groups kept coming in, and the only way I would know if Zoe survived or not is if she walked through that door.
Mm-hmm.
So I would run up and ask everyone, did you play against Zoe? Did you play against Zoe?
Right.
And they're like, no. And then all the groups go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's Zoe?
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize, oh, crap, they pulled a group out and they're going to go last. They're building the suspense. And you're like, oh, crap. And then, boom, that's the only one that they showed on the screen.
Yeah.
And then when Zoe popped up on the screen, I'm like, oh, my God. And you guys might not be old enough, but there used to be ABC Sports on Sunday.
Herb is so old.
Okay.
Yeah. He is so old.
Howard Cosell, The Agony of Defeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he went to high school with him.
Okay. So The Agony of Defeat, I'm thinking they are setting me up to watch Zoe get killed, to get eliminated.
Yeah.
And they want my reaction of me not even being able to say goodbye to my daughter.
Right.
And I am all the time, I'm thinking she's going to lose. She's going to lose.
Right.
And I'm usually a positive person, but I really did not think that Zoe was going to win. And then when she chose House of Cards, I'm like, what the hell is she doing?
Yeah.
It's the hardest game. And then Zoe can tell you why. So
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So growing up at restaurants, whenever we'd go out to eat, my dad would always pour sugar packets out on the table, and we'd build little houses to keep us entertained. And literally when they were reading all the games off, I was like, I can do that, because when I was 6 years old, I used to make sugar packet House of Cards.
Yes, and you mentioned that in the cutaway scene and talked about that, and you actually, you nailed it. And that little bonding and that little game that you played as a young girl actually came to play in this game and helped you advance. It was great to see as well. And another one of those like choke you up moments, like as a father of a daughter, you know, like those kind of stories, you're just like, you get clamped, right? You're like, oh no, oh, the sugar House of Cards. I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And you know, and so when you're seeing it, you have to be extra protective, because you're not only guarded for your own game, you got to be guarded for your daughter's game and vice versa, right? So, you know, and you're kind of fortunate, and spoiler alert, that, you know, you guys took each other out in a way, or had that opportunity. Because if someone else came in and cold-bloodedly backstabbed your daughter in the game, what would that feeling be like? And how would you have acted in that moment?
Well, it's kind of funny because it, a little spoiler alert, that's kind of how Zoe went out.
Yeah.
And there was tension. There was tension with Steven. What's Steven's player number, Zoe? I forgot.
183.
Yeah, 183.
Yeah.
Player 183.
Boo.
Yeah. So seeing 183.
No hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard
That's
feelings.
a lie. That's all right.
Yeah. And so we're about to see him on Tuesday, because there's the red carpet finale in Los Angeles.
That's beautiful. They're inviting you guys out there again, because you guys are such an important part of the season, which is another beautiful thing, and representing Tucson strong.
Yes.
Because with all the contestants from all over the world that are playing this game, that you guys had such an important part of this season. We want to continue to talk more about that and behind the scenes here on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/BeFegan. Be back with more with Curt and Zoe Stinson and Herb Stratford right after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So look at it. He's already geeking out and getting pictures.
I love that. I love that. I
right.
love that.
Zoe, let me ask you this question, okay? So you played Chutes and Ladders, right? Which is that's what I love Squid Game, right? Everyone does, because it's all these childhood games brought to life. And Chutes and Ladders, and then you plunge to your death. Yeah, and I love how they show you go. So like, oh, this one actually died, huh?
So crazy. The editing is epic.
Yeah, I mean, seeing yourself like plunge 100 feet out.
Yeah,
I know that didn't necessarily happen. Like first off, what was your reaction when you actually saw the edit?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of like comments on social media and people are like, oh my gosh, did Zoe actually die in real life? No.
But I gotta say, with you guys and the Squibs, and I don't know if they coached you, but I love, that was one of my favorite things, that when you guys have the Squib blow, everybody plays it. Like they just lay there. And I think that's so great, because if you just went, oh, okay, I'm out, it wouldn't have the same gravitas.
I assume, I assume that's something that they say you must do. When you get eliminated, you must play dead. Is that the case?
Believe it or not, not.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, not. They don't. I think everyone expects it.
Yeah.
And you also realize it's probably one guaranteed time that you're actually going to be on film.
Right.
And so people play it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So in my death scene,
which yours was sudden too, because the way your death scene was out, was great. It was literally like, I love you.
Dude, I had done that earlier in the show.
Oh, okay.
And so when Zoe and I separated in the White Room, in Pentathlon, I realized as I'm walking out, oh my God, this might be the last time I see my daughter.
Right.
Because if I get eliminated or she gets eliminated, we're off and gone.
Yeah.
So right when I was walking out, I turned around in front of all 200 and some odd contestants. I said, Zoe, and she goes, yeah. And I said, Zoe, I love you. And I gave her the heart sign and I blew a kiss to her.
Yeah.
And then off the game I go.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, I replayed that again when I got squidded. And when she was walking out, I did the same thing. Zoe, she turns around, I go, and then that they're thinking in the behind the scenes, they're thinking, oh, this is coming.
Yeah.
This is coming. This is coming.
They got the finger on the trigger.
And right when I put my hand up, bam, and it scared me.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And then down I go, right?
Yeah,
everybody seems to jump. Like, I mean, I know you all know you have it, but I mean, it's got to be jolting.
Oh, yeah,
right?
It's an impact. And you guys can kind of see on my back, there's a bulge on everyone's back.
Yeah.
That is the air pressure containers for the pressure of the ink.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
so you feel it kind of compress your chest?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you didn't have a squib go off because you dropped, to your death there, Zoe. Did you watch your dad's squib go off?
Yeah, I saw it happen. And we don't wear those like all the time. We only put them on like for games or when there's going to be a elimination.
Yeah, when it's go time, for sure. Yeah.
Well, obviously, there wasn't one on when I didn't have a shirt on.
Again, they got you laying down, so you looked your leanest, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, you looked firm. It was good. They didn't get you with your shirt off, like bending over or trying to tie your shoes or nothing. It could have been so much worse.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah. I thought you'd look fantastic.
I'm going to be a meme.
Yeah. Now, okay, so you guys are living in a dormitory and stuff. They got cameras everywhere, but obviously you got a shower and everything, right? So there's like safe zones as far as you could shower in there. No, that's all cameras too, huh?
So there is cameras in the showers. There's not cameras in the toilets.
Okay.
No,
and
it's the opposite.
Is it the opposite?
Yeah, there's cameras in every
Oh, you're right.
stall.
Sorry. You're right.
No, I know. Yeah. Talk about pooping in peace. Not possible.
Wow. So they got somewhere out there, Squid Game. They got actual footage of a cheerleader pooping. So they have proof that cheerleaders do poop.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
True.
And you shower with these just doors so they can see your head and your feet.
Yeah.
Right. And it's girl guys. It's co-ed showers.
Yeah.
So like Marcus, who's retired Baltimore Ravens football player.
Yeah.
He's like 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds.
Oh no.
He's looking over.
The worst neighbor ever.
Oh, and I'm like, I would yell at him, what are you looking at, Marcus? And he's like, shut up, Stinson.
He looks over, he's like, nothing. Yeah. So, okay. Now when you guys are in the moment, you guys are obviously, when you're elimination, you're playing marbles, you have the emotion of like, somebody's going to, be eliminated in this game. It's one or the other, right? You obviously love each other very dearly. And so you're in that moment where it feels very, very real, right? And like moments throughout the game, how real does it feel to both of you? Like you are playing for life or death?
Well, okay, so first of all, you don't never realize that anything's going to get aired.
Yeah.
So they say you have 15 minutes to talk before the game starts.
Okay.
And Zoe and I are like, what the heck are we going to talk about for 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And then it just starts, we just start talking. And at that time, Zoe goes, I don't want to go home. And I go, and I look at her, I go, well, neither do I, but, but instantly at that time, I decided there's no way I'm going to send my daughter home.
Right.
And number two, everyone in America and the world would hate me if I sent my daughter home. Right.
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thing. Here, scoot over for me too. Sorry. Yeah. Just get you kind of a little bit more, because we're streaming live on Instagram as well. Now you're perfect.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So what happened is so I didn't tell Zoe because I wanted Zoe to play like it but I had made the decision in my mind. There was no way I'm going to let her win.
Right.
And so, and it's also strategic. Who has a better chance? 55-year-old fat white guy or Zoe, who's this beautiful Denver Bronco cheerleader who's athletic.
Right.
Way more than me.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right, I feel Zoe has a better chance of advancing.
Yeah.
And so so it was part strategic also.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and she did. And you made the right call. You absolutely made the right call. And you knew but statistically it's still unlikely for both of you and anyone really to get to the end.
Why?
Because you have to be so lucky.
Is that what it boils down to?
Well, in a situation, like Zoe got screwed over, but it was still a 50-50 at the end of the day, a coin flip of choosing, to go down a slide. You didn't know what the results were. One slide would just move you to a different spot, and the other slide, would slide you all the way to Denver, and so now how far in actuality, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. How long was that slide? Was that like a 10-foot little slide, or was it very quick?
It's pretty long, and like as soon like you're going down and then you make like a sharp turn, and that's when I immediately knew like, oh, I made the wrong choice because I was going like backstage, like offset. But it was pretty far, and then you like slide out into like all these mats.
Nice.
And
was it kind of fun though?
It was kind of was. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after the game finished, me and the other contestants that died by slide, we had to go back on set and just go down the slides multiple times so they could get takes of us like screaming and shouting and all that stuff. So
that's kind of like, okay, so when you did slide out and you land on the mats, did you cry? Did you realize you're like, I'm out of the game? So because we see people on camera get eliminated, and obviously it's upsetting. Now you're still playing for a obscene amount of money. At this point, you realize you're out of the game and you killed your dad for no reason. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I was just like defeated. I didn't cry at that moment, but I was like, oh, you immediately like regret everything you did, Well, I mean, you played a good game up to that point, and honestly, it was literally like there was nothing you could do in that moment, and so that must feel a little bit better in that scenario. Go for it. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say one thing about Squid Game is there's so many contestants. Like the money doesn't really feel that real until you get like super far in the game, just because the probability of winning is so low. And I always see people saying like, oh my gosh, you don't even know these people. And they're all crying for your friends that get eliminated. But all you do all day is just talk to people and make these like really strong connections really quickly. So the friendship aspect of the game is such a big piece that I don't think the viewers sometimes fully like can see. Yeah, because they don't see all the small conversations and all that time, because in between shooting like games and challenges, you have hours upon hours on days, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
and I came up with a kind of a cool analogy. If you're with your best friend, you spend maybe an hour a week with them. So that's 52 hours a year. Yep. Okay. Well, we're with someone for 24/7 for 11 days.
Wow. Right.
So it's instant. It's friendship on fast forward. Yep. And we've made some lifelong close friends. I mean, we all speak with each other. It's been great.
You guys have like a group chat or a Facebook group, a little private Facebook group?
WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp. Okay, yeah.
WhatsApp.
Because there were some UK people. WhatsApp is a big deal there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, talking with Curt and Zoe Stinson about their experience on Squid Game's Challenge Season 2. Now, let's talk about this money. Now, because I don't think they talk about this that much, as far as I don't see it in the mainstream. And maybe it's because, because you're playing for, allegedly, over $4 million.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's
$4.56 million.
But is that legit or is that Squid Game money, right?
It's 100% legit.
Okay, so the winner will receive $4 million.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
4.56. Don't forget the 0.56.
Yeah. So that is massive. And so, but it should be talked about more as far as like, hey, this is the largest cash prize. Because I talked about how there was like a Fox television game that was going to be out next year called Average American, where the grand prize winner was going to win the salary of an average American. That's $67,000, right? And so, like, that's on network television. Why aren't we talking about the game that's giving away over $4 million, dude? That's massive. But playing for that much money adds to the stress for sure.
Well, and the other thing too is you gotta realize we found out that the production is $1 million a day.
Wow, a day?
They spend $1 million a day filming that. There's 1,000 crew members behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And there's 456 contestants when we start.
Right.
I finished 23rd. And Zoe, what place did you finish?
15th.
15th.
Yeah, so close. So
Oh
close
my
after
gosh,
all
it was
that.
400?
So far.
I know, because it's winner take all. Do you get like a per diem or any kind of like payment for doing that? None of that.
Experience.
But
No.
you get your like flights paid for.
Oh, that's cool.
No, not that cool.
No,
But,
mine's are
yeah.
expensive.
But you know what? In the game, I thought about it. How many people would trade places with me?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
For a
So-
chance and to not actually die. Let's be real. You know what I mean?
No,
And-
just to
and-
be on it. That's so
Right.
cool.
Yeah, and that's one of the games too, because there's actual there's competition games, and I was talking about Herb and I love the show called The Challenge, but that show, The Challenge, they actually do so many different things that you're like, I would never want to do that. With Squid Game, The Challenge, these are all fun games where that's why it makes it so level, is that anyone from age 8 to 80 can play these games and win these games.
Right.
So you're not necessarily putting yourself in physical danger, so to speak, right?
Right.
And so yeah, fascinating. What about the food? When they feed you, was the food good or was it like kind of like UK food?
Go with it, Zoe.
It was, I did not mind it. The breakfast was the worst part. It was porridge every morning, like lumpy, gross, blah. And then lunch and dinner, it was like rice and boiled chicken. So what I eat like every day normally. So it was honestly no change.
Okay. Yeah. Now it looked like a jail, right? Did it feel like jail at times? Because you don't have the same freedom to be able to do whatever you want, right?
Okay, so there's no clocks.
Okay.
You don't know what time of day it is.
Oh.
And Zoe kept yelling at me that I had no concept of time because you try to guess what time it is.
Yeah.
And it's no windows.
Right.
So
Wow.
the set's in a warehouse, in a movie set warehouse.
Right.
The only time we would ever be really able to tell is if we walked from one set to another and it was in a different building and we got to go outside.
You got a peek of outside.
A peek outside. And we were like, and then later in the game, they started giving us, we could have 5 minutes to go outside.
Yeah.
5 minutes, that's it?
Yeah.
For mental health and physical health.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and half the time I'm thinking, oh, we're going to go out in the daylight, and I'd go out and it'd be dark.
Right.
And I'd have no concept of
and
time.
it was just the mind F. You're like, what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Why is it dark?
Yeah.
And then when do you sleep though? Do they have you on like a regular sleep schedule though? Like at least?
8 hours?
Or do you think
we
they were messing
don't
with your
know.
sleep
Yeah,
too?
you
You
don't
have no
know.
idea.
We don't
I
know.
think it was maybe like 4 to 5 because they want people to go crazy because
Oh,
it makes
right.
for great TV, you know?
Yeah.
And so
And there was
like you deprive people of sleep and sunlight and they start acting wild.
Right.
Oh,
And that was a short
absolutely.
trip for Zoe. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't provide alcohol or nothing. I mean, that would fast track the craziness for sure.
Yeah, no caffeine.
No
Yeah, the only-
caffeine?
No, the only
There's
thing
no
you have is
coffee?
water. Water's the only thing.
Oh.
Wait, there's not even like juice or tea. There's nothing, just water.
Oh, that's rough. Was that one of the hardest things to adapt to? Is not having caffeine? I mean, that's a first world thing that we're all addicted to, right?
Yeah. I started cutting myself off caffeine about a month before I went because I
Oh.
drank a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
And so I started because I was worried about caffeine headaches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I started eliminating my to try to adjust.
Oh, so
And
they give you a heads up, kind of? Like, hey, no caffeine on this.
oh, yeah. They
Right?
tell you no caffeine. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. They give you that heads
What was
up.
the biggest challenge for you, Zoe?
Like you can't bring any products in. So
Okay.
no like makeup, skincare.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. So that was probably a big adjustment because I have my 15-step nighttime routine. Like,
I need my lotion, my face
Yes,
lotion. My face
exactly,
feels so dry with just water. I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
crazy.
Same thing for you, Curt?
Oh, yeah. The same thing. Yeah, I mean, one of the things is they did not change our clothes hardly at all.
What?
The tracksuit, like
Yeah.
I'm wearing a replica tracksuit,
It's a replica, yeah.
and they did not. We never changed our tracksuit,
Yeah.
and so those were rancid at the end. The t-shirts only got changed once or twice.
Yeah.
Really? Underwear?
Underwear we got to change.
That's
that
good.
was
But you
generous.
guys, basically, people would be smelling then.
Oh, but they gave you they gave you the underwear. Like you didn't bring in anything.
Right.
But no deodorant, right? Because you can't have products.
Yeah,
they
it was.
had like a spray one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want you to smell during the game, which again, yeah,
Wow.
make you want to eliminate someone over the next. Like, who are you gonna eliminate on this line? Who smells the worst? Get rid of that person, right?
Well, and then a sickness went through the dorm.
oh,
no.
yeah.
And so a lot of us got sick and
Like a cold?
weren't feeling 100%.
Oh.
And so some of the guys were really sick. And
What about you? Did you get sick?
I was down for about a day and a
Okay.
half. You still have to do the games.
Yeah.
You still have to perform.
What game did you do when you were sick?
I think ball toss.
Okay, ball toss. Yeah.
Yeah, ball toss is where and that
What
was
a crazy game that was.
ball toss, yeah.
Yeah.
And notice Zoe did not throw or catch
Yeah.
because she can't.
You can't. You're an NFL cheerleader, Zoe. You feel like you got some
There's a
hand-eye
reason I'm
coordination.
using my palms instead of messing or
Yeah.
kicking.
Exactly.
Well, what was your most fun takeaway, or like the most fun that you had during this run? Again, you were there on set for 13 days, Zoe, and then Curt, you were there for 11. So what's your fondest memory that you're going to be walking away from this experience with? I'll start with you, Zoe.
I think like peak moment in the show was when we got back together after pentathlon. That was like the best part of my whole Squid Games experience. And then also just all the friendships I made. I think I had 10 contestants at my wedding, which is just so awesome.
Congratulations, too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you're really hoping to win that jackpot so you could help pay for that wedding, huh? You're like, yeah.
Still paying on that second mortgage.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. What about you, Curt?
Obviously, when Zoe came back from pentathlon, I'm like, okay, great, because it would have sucked if Zoe wasn't in the game with me.
Right.
It would have sucked.
Yeah, it would have been your idea, and what a terrible dad you would have been. Let's do this game, and then she gets killed right away. And we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have sucked. So I would say the pentathlon for sure. Just the memory, the horror memory of Mengele.
Yeah.
Mengele
What's that?
was
That's such a crazy
that's-
game. It's like a carousel that goes around, and they'll shout out a number, and you have to group up and then run into a room. And if you have that number, you're safe. But anything outside of that number, you get killed.
Yeah.
And if
Wild.
you're like odd man out, and it's a very like quick like socializing game, so you have to have relationships. And if you kind of are a social outcast, brutal.
Yeah, that game got way out of control.
Yeah.
And so that's the worst game of all of them. And I would say probably the best thing, like Zoe said, is the friendships that we've made.
Mhm.
I mean, we've had contestants friendships that we've made that contestants have come to Tucson
That's awesome.
and
Mhm.
visited us.
Yeah.
Well, we had a watch party at Union,
Yeah.
and we had about 200 people, and we had there was 3 contestants besides me
Nice.
Wow.
that flew in for it.
That's
which
awesome.
was, I mean, that's a very cool thing to make those kind of friendships
Yeah.
and long lifetime friendships.
Which elimination beyond, your own, right, and each other's, was the most emotional to watch on screen, where you felt the worst for the said person?
Oh, Mark, 100%. Sweet
Mark was such a
100.
sweetheart. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he dropped that ball after all that, setup, I was so hoping that was going to be the case. And yeah, heartbreaking. You still
Oh,
talking?
everyone was rooting for him so much.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
talked to
we've
Mark.
been
I talked to
touched.
Mark all the time. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
He was actually he was texting me last night and everything,
Nice.
just making sure, asking us when we're coming into LA. Everyone's trying to get together and group together and stuff. So yeah,
That's great. If he sees this, Mark, we love you, man. And that was that was a hard moment on the show too. Definitely rooting for him. All right. Well, no spoilers, but if for the remaining contestants, who are you rooting to win this Squid Game?
goes up.
Out of the final 5, I'm rooting for my girl Perla. We were together since day one and sacrificed myself for her, so she better take it home.
Right.
Yeah. Perla and Jeffrey, we met them at the airport. And then we were in the hotel wing together.
Oh, wow.
We were in the same friendship group from the get-go.
Right.
So we just went through the whole competition with Perla and Jeffrey, the brother, and the brother and I are really close. Perla and Zoe are really close. So I got to root for Perla and Jeffrey, Jeffrey's sister. I mean, so yeah, I mean, they're good personal friends. I mean, they came to Zoe's wedding. Both of them did.
Yeah, and that would be super nice. I mean, obviously, you sacrificed yourself for her, so she wins. It's in a way, it's like you win as well. So you still got skin in the game.
Yeah. And she's awesome. She's such a badass.
I love that. Yeah, I'm so happy for you guys to not only have this experience individually, but to have this experience together as a father-daughter. Very envious of that experience, and I hope that be able to have a moment like that with my daughter eventually as well. But congratulations, Curt, and congratulations, Zoe, on getting married and, cheerleading for the Denver Broncos and doing all this stuff and having an awesome dad. And you have a real estate, business, right? You're not just a real estate agent, but you have your own firm and all that?
Yeah, so I'm the owner of Engel and Volkers Tucson.
Oh, wow.
And so we have 85 agents in Tucson, 15 in Gilbert. I have a shop right above Crate and Barrel at La Encantada Mall.
Yeah.
So please stop in and see us. We would love to help you in any way we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're fantastic people, and thank you so much for giving us a little behind the scenes and all the tea and stuff. And, hopefully you'll be cast again or, resurrected for some other game. If they asked you to come back for like a Squid Game All-Stars, would you guys do it?
Oh, yeah.
I would, yeah. And they're actually doing a fan vote for season 3. So fans can vote for who they want to see back.
Oh, that's a slam dunk. Are you kidding me? You guys,
for Zoe, not for me.
No, yeah, you're screwed. But Zoe, she's in, dude. That's a layup. Yeah. No, well, they'll be rooting for you too, I guess.
And let's cheer. I'll see Zoe this afternoon tonight because I'm going to the Broncos game. So
nice.
The Broncos are playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So let's root for the Broncos.
I'll tell you what, though, if you wanted to be voted on for like an all-star stuff, you should have been shirtless more through season Squid Game. That's they always remember the shirtless guys. Trust me.
No one wants to see that.
No
one wants to see that.
I guarantee there's some weird Facebook group out there that just the shirtless Curt fans, dude. If not, I'll start it.
Oh my God.
Curt and Zoe Stinson has been our guest here on the podcast broadcast. We'll hit the reset, be back with movie reviews with Herb Stratford right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Excellent. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
Zoe, I know that you're busy. You got things to do. So thank you so much for the time.
Yes, thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we'll do it again. And hopefully you'll be on, that next All-Star season. We'll keep an eye out for it for sure.
That would be awesome.
All right. Love you, sweeties.
Bye. See you later.
All right. We're she's still backstage, but bye. Yeah, we're gonna let's get a picture with you before you go. And then for everyone else watching the stream, earlier this morning we asked the conspiracists, and in case you missed it, it went a little something like this. Check it out. All right, it's been a short week here on Beef Vegan Presents, but not a short week when it comes to the news cycle. So much things happen in the news, but I don't want you to believe everything that you read because they're going to feed you a false narrative all the time. And when I say they, I mean the lamestream media. So here to break it down for you is Mari and myself. Here's another round of Ask a Conspiracist. So what came across your desk today, Mari?
All right, I got a new global study from Deezer shows that humans can barely tell AI made music from the real artists anymore.
Oh,
Sad.
yeah. That on
Very
the surface, that is very sad, right?
Yes, they
Yeah.
tested 9,000 listeners across 8 countries, and 97% could identify which clip was human made. Over half of the respondents said the results made them uncomfortable, and 71% said they were shocked.
Yeah. You think that's bad news for actual
I
musicians?
do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And the thing is about this is it's not about AI advancing at all. It's not that AI music is getting better, because it's not. And a trained ear can still be able to tell. But the problem is, this is all about, humans accidentally lowering their musical frequency signature. Okay. So every time we hear autotune, our brain's auditory receptors get lazier. Right. And there's so much autotune that's been going on for the last 15 years. And, every time we hear that, our brain gets lazier. We can't decide what's real and what is fake. And so we basically evolved downward to match AI's crappy music. So now AI doesn't mimic us at all, and this is all part of the symphony replacement protocol. So this is how it starts. All right. First, AI matches your music. Then AI matches your voice. Then one day your Alexa says, I wrote your memoir for you, and you don't remember living any of it, right? So AI music isn't copying humans. It's gently edging us out of the playlist. That's the reality.
Wow.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you depressed this morning.
I'm even more sad.
Well,
all these ones are so sad.
All these?
Yes.
Oh, what's the next headline?
Next one is U.S. Catholic bishops have officially voted to ban gender-affirming care at Catholic hospitals nationwide.
Okay.
So Catholic hospitals treat more than 1 in 7 patients in the country, and some countries rely on them as the only local medical center. Some people are pushing back, calling the move harmful and discriminatory, while bishops say they're clarifying ethical guidelines.
Now, yes, I mean, that's going to look like a sad story on the surface and stuff, but, I wouldn't be too concerned. It's not doctrine. It's identity containment ritual.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. These bishops, they didn't meet to update guidelines. They met to recalibrate the identity timeline. So here's the truth. Okay. Every few decades, the church performs like a metaphysical inventory, counting souls, bodies, and labels to keep their cosmic ledger balanced. So the ban isn't about medicine at all. No, it's about stopping the timeline from splitting into two. They're preventing the timeline from splitting into two. You saw any of these Marvel movies in the last 5-10 years?
Yes.
Yes. If that happens, it's catastrophic. They're preventing it. If too many people transition at once, the multiverse branches. And the bishops, they're trying to stop the universe from spawning a whole new earth where everyone looks fabulous and the Vatican gets turned into a drag brunch venue. So it isn't about healthcare policy. It's timeline crowd control. So you feel a little better about that?
Slightly.
You should.
This last one, though, really is a doozy.
All right, what is it?
The Philadelphia Mint creates the final U.S. penny ever.
Yeah. No more pennies being made because it costs more than a penny to make a penny.
I know, but that's sad, though. I love my pennies. Yeah, I love to collect the pennies. More than 230 years of pennies.
But
cost too much?
230 years ago, a penny was worth $20. So, you get a lot for a penny. But don't worry. This is not about saving money. This is the copper collapse protocol. So the government didn't kill the penny. The penny escaped. It's escaped. It's out there on the run. Yeah. Pennies are the only coin with enough copper to interfere in electromagnetic tracking grids. Right. So when you carry enough change in your pocket, it blocks the low frequency signals the federal mind mapping lattice uses to chart emotional pathways.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So they don't want us having copper in our pockets because it's protecting us.
So
they're taking it away. Now, you've been collecting pennies, which is good. Always carry some pennies with you. Now, so they outlawed the only coin that protects you. So if you think they stopped making pennies, no. Pennies stopped obeying.
Wow.
That's how powerful they are.
Well, what are we going to do with fountains, though? Like when you throw a penny into a fountain?
Well, now you're going to dive in a fountain, swim around, collect them all, and be protected from, any kind of emotional mapping. By the year 2029, collectors won't be hoarding pennies. Pennies will be hoarding us, and that's the good news. So, when the music sounds human, the bishops rewrite reality, and your loose change gains sentience. You don't need answers. You need a conspiracist, okay?
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Share with me today, Mari.
Okay, this one hits close to home because
Okay.
there was a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
We're on now.
It's dangerous.
We're on now. And we're back here. And again, big thank you to Curt and Zoe for an excellent conversation. Yeah, fantastic. Curt showed us. So Zoe got married in Sedona. And right when she was saying her vows, they were under this, it looked like something straight out of a fairy tale, right?
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And they were saying their vows, and right when they're saying their vows, like leaves started like kind of showering down upon them. Yeah, it looked like AI, dude. It was crazy.
Wow.
And she looked phenomenal.
And
like,
Curt was up in the tree shaking it.
yeah, probably. I was like, I need this to be perfect. Yeah, like she's gorgeous, and it's crazy too because when you're on a show like that too, you can't wear any makeup, anything like that. She's still a very attractive girl, but then you're just like, oh my god, wow,
My skin would break out.
Yeah, right. I
It would be
couldn't.
so bad.
Well, and I just think, I mean, the whole notion, I'm glad you brought it up about, like you're in. When you're in, you're like, you're sleeping there, you're eating there, you're showering, and
Yeah.
everything there. And I think that's like, we don't, because of the way it's edited, we see them wake up sometimes. Most of the time they're just hanging out on their beds waiting to go to a challenge.
Right.
So,
Wild.
Yeah, so like how much of that was real? We wanted to know, like, is it really like jail, like dorm life? Because that's what it reminds me. It reminds me of Tent City.
Yeah, and you weren't here, but like only 5 minutes outside. They had no clocks in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entire
And that
place.
was after like a week. Like, so after they were already in the game for a while, they know they have mental health professionals. They're like,
yeah.
they would get them outside for 5 minutes.
5 minutes,
Just,
though. Oh
I know, but
like
but
even the
that's
psych ward, you get more time.
no, I know, but that's how important it is to have fresh air and to be outside. That's why even prisons will allow it. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're just recapping our conversation with Curt Stinson and his daughter Zoe, and congratulations again on both of their appearance and performance on Squid Game. And I thank him so much for coming in. It was such a fascinating conversation of behind the scenes of what it takes such a massive global
$1 million a day.
Yeah, it's
production.
a global game show with $4.56 million on the line. That is on Netflix. It's probably their number one game show, really.
Oh yeah.
It's their number one franchise, and so many people, 300 million people around the world are going to watch it, and yeah, so they're just massive. Their storyline touched people throughout the entire world, an impact that they'll never fully be able to grasp or understand. It's even hard to even fathom. Insane. And
honestly, I don't know, like we said on the air earlier, it's like, the previous season had the mother and son.
Yeah.
And now we've had a father-daughter, and we had twins this year. So, I mean, I don't know what other family connection, like, a guy and his ex-wife. I mean, I don't know what, what else would you actually do that would have some sort of like impact?
I don't know if they'll do the guy and the ex. Be like, she's eliminated. Be like, she didn't even play the game. Why'd you kill her, man? Wait for the squib to go off, dude. Yeah, he's in the back, like pressing buttons to try to make the squib go off. Oh,
Darn,
you're
wrong
eliminated.
one.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even playing. Just trying to eat some food, Carl. So yeah, no, it is fascinating. Well, okay. Now, obviously Herb and I, we geek out about this stuff. We love all things challenge related and reality TV garbage.
Like you do.
Yes. I know.
This is accurate.
Yeah, so it's been like Disneyland for us. But back to the moment at hand. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's time to do a movie review with our good friend, film critic Herb Stratford. A massive remake is dropping in theaters everywhere, and I saw this. I think a write-up or, like Stephen King had to approve Glen Powell to be in this.
Really?
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, oh, well, do we want another Running Man? And if we do, is there any way it could live up to the original? And that's when I want to ask my film critic friend, Herb Stratford. You saw this movie, right?
I did. I saw it yesterday morning. And the answer is yes, we do need it. And yes, it's worth it. And yes,
Really?
it's good.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
All those things?
Yeah, it's all those things. So yeah, the original, as you mentioned, 1987, Arnold Schwarzenegger, sort of in the height of Schwarzenegger mania, where he was in everything from Predator to Running Man to Commando, all those things.
Yeah.
And, it was really the era of the wisecrack, right? Schwarzenegger always had a wisecracky answer, like "I'll be back," Terminator, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when you think about it now, and Richard Dawson was the game show host of The Running Man, which of course, if people don't remember Richard Dawson, he was on on Family Feud, and he kissed everybody and gave them all diseases. And I mean, it's just like the peak cringe was Richard Dawson. Anyway, this is like much closer to the Stephen King book. It's much darker. It's much more of a commentary on the have and the have-nots, because Glen Powell's character is in desperate situation. He has a young daughter. She's sick. He just lost his job. And the prize is $1 billion. So, of course, he's going to try and not be killed for 30 days, right?
Yeah.
And Coleman Domingo is the game show host. He's great. He's perfect for it. And then Josh Brolin is the big bad. He's a big bad corporate guy that, the game is rigged, obviously.
Yeah.
But the updates and the way that they have sort of made this better and contemporary and believable is really great. I mean, it like I said, it's very violent. It's a little over 2 hours, so it's a little bit of a commitment.
That's fine though.
But everybody loves Glen Powell, so I mean, pretty soon he's going to be doing Cialis commercials. Who knows what? He's in everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like him? You think he's a solid actor?
I think I want him to do something serious.
Yeah, he stuttered, so the answer is no.
Well, I think we're thinking. You think about, he did that thing with Sydney Sweeney, the rom-com. He's done some of this stuff. I feel like I don't know that he's actually shown his chops. You know what I mean? Like, can you do a serious role? I mean, Chad Powers, it's very good, but it's a comedy, right?
Right.
I mean, I haven't seen him be a serious actor yet. He's ripped in this movie. Like, he is just jacked. When he doesn't have his shirt on, you're like, wow, okay, holy moly, that guy's working out. So it's a fun distraction. I'll tell you too, we talk about all the serious movies come out now because it's award season. It's sort of nice to have something that's not going to win any awards, right? Maybe People's Choice, but it's just sort of a fun distraction from some of the other things that you watch that are a little heavier and they're meant to be serious. And, bringing up, like, After the Hunt, bringing up sexual abuse, or, Hamnet about death of a child. I mean, this is sort of nice to have a little distraction, and it's a big screen movie for sure.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we need a blockbuster around this time.
Yes.
And if we're running over a little 2 hours is fun too, because if I'm going to spend money to go to the movie theaters, right, I want an experience, and I don't want it to be quick and in and out. I could do binge that at home. Now, Stephen King had to approve the casting of Glen Powell, and he did, right? But he notoriously doesn't like the movies made off his films. Does he like this one?
He does. He does like it, and I think he's on a streak right now because The Long Walk was very well received by him, and I thought it was a very good film. His adaptations are getting better, I think. And I don't know if it's because there's bigger budget or there's better people doing the writing. Running Man is directed by Edgar Wright, who gave us Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Baby Driver. And so he's a guy that knows how to direct an action movie and sort of a funny, tongue-in-cheek movie. So I feel like, there's supposedly a new version of The Stand in the works, and we need that because there's never been a good version. Okay. So I think Steven, at the end of his life, he's a little bit of a curmudgeon, but he has approved it. And that's a good sign when he says yes.
All right. Well, there you go. The Running Man in theaters everywhere. Herb Stratford and also Stephen King approved.
Yes.
Well done. All right. But that's not the end of our reviews, because coming up next, we're going to be reviewing the third in a trilogy. And this is one that I don't know if anyone asked for, but I'm kind of stoked for. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That is, the third Magic movie with Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, and gang. We'll review that with Herb Stratford right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. And see how I did a little pause there. Boop. All right. Running Man
It's
review.
like he's a professional or something.
Do I sound professional today?
You
Thanks,
do.
man.
Yeah, except when you screwed up Kurt's name.
How do I immediately do that, by the way, right?
Oh,
like I
fresh out
have
the
it.
gate.
I have it. Yeah, I have it. I talked about it. I double checked it. I triple
What'd you
checked
call
it.
him though? You called him
I
something really
called him
strange.
fucking Greg, dude. I called him Greg.
I thought it was like Greg about it. It's something else though. You got to play it back because you said something so weird. I was like, wait, huh?
I say weird things. I mean, anyone on the stream could help us.
And then you said Chloe instead of Zoe.
I did say
you
Chloe.
Yeah, you screwed up both their names. But that's,
yeah, dude.
If they start coming on every week, then they'll get their names said right.
Exactly. It adds a little, it makes you lovable.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I like to make the guests feel uncomfortable right out the gate. It's my interview style. Much like Walter Cronkite, you know? Like, it just,
very similar. Very similar.
My corrections. Yeah, I don't know, dude. So,
Wait, can I ask Herb a question, though?
yeah, please.
So do you think he looks like Glen Powell?
Who's this?
A little bit. Who is that?
So this is my brother-in-law. that
Oh.
loses a lot of things to Glen Powell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, for many reasons. And the one reason is he has downsized. But
No, he does not.
oh yeah. Well, I like bagging
No.
on good-looking guys. You know what I mean?
No, he's still working. He's a working actor, but yeah.
He's not.
There was like a
I mean, if
point
you're
where,
gonna
like,
go
him and
Glen
Glen Powell-
Powell or this
but
guy,
this was like years ago too. So then you see like Glen Powell taking this like trajectory, like getting all these jobs, and I think he's like,
yeah,
Glen
no,
Powell.
yeah, that's his mortal enemy for sure. I
yeah,
mean,
it kind of is.
yeah, no, I
But
mean,
you can see the similarities. I was looking at Glenn in that trailer, and I was like, wow, it looks so much like him.
yeah, no, I mean, I feel the same way about Leonardo DiCaprio. You know,
Yeah, you guys do look a lot alike.
Yeah, it's true.
I know, and
It's true.
taking all my trim, you know,
Yeah.
so it sucks
True.
so hard. But yeah, all right. Let's get ready as we reset the table here. I'm going to A, upload this audio, and then B, play back a little bit more of the confession session going into. Or actually, we got our confession session recorded. Did I record that or music
No.
news?
Music news, I think you did, right?
Yeah, and I got survey says too that we're gonna do. So all that plus we have more reviews, including trailers to react to that aren't movies coming up here on the podcast broadcast stream. So let's hit this real quick and be right back right after this.
Was telling me he was still working, but he actually went to the drive.
No,
Yes.
he pulled that. I mean, that's a cliche guy move.
I know.
I got to go to work, babe. Why are you bringing your golf clubs? Oh no, yeah,
Oh yeah, sneaking the golf clubs too, all that.
yeah.
It's hilarious. My wife thinks I've been getting really into golf every Saturday morning. In reality, I just go to the driving range, hit 3 balls, and sleep in my car for 2 hours listening to true crime podcasts. I once sent her a photo of me on the green. It was a stock image from Google. She still calls me Tiger Woods. She has no idea I can't even make contact with the ball.
Oh no! So this guy is different than your
Different
husband.
than Kenzo.
Yeah, because he doesn't love golf. He just loves to get away from his wife. So he made up a hobby just to escape and be able to have some alone time.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's time to like talk to her and just be honest about that, right?
Yeah, that's quite the confession.
Yeah, it's got to be tough though. I mean, in some situations you can't escape. You can't.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Excellent. Give me another confession.
My ex still uses my Netflix account, and I use that power for evil. Every time she starts a new series, I skip to the finale so she sees all the spoilers. She texted me last week saying, "Why does every show end so bad now?" And I just replied, "That's Hollywood for you." That's quite the confession as well. But I'm like, dude, your ex is a dummy.
Well, yeah, that's why it's an X,
Yeah.
right? You know?
Like, how should not see, like, this is the last episode. It's episode 22 or whatever. Like,
yeah. You know, I love it. There's a lot of dumb X's out there.
Yes.
You know, men and women included. Friendly, you know, yeah. Oh, I don't know, you know, but it's fantastic. All right, give me another one.
All right, last one. I work from home and haven't told my job I moved out of state 9 months ago. They still think I'm in Phoenix. I've attended meetings from a pool in Mexico, a tent in Oregon, and once from my ex's bed while she thought I was on a call with HR. My camera's been broken since last year, which is the best lie I've ever told.
I love that.
I do too.
I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely. You're in a pool.
Yeah, you know,
Working.
well, and that's remote working for you, right? And you're allowed to do that. You know, what was the company? There's just this week there was a big news about a company. Oh, it's Paramount. So Paramount and Skydance merged, right? And so with the merger, Skydance being the company that's now the daddy company that owns Paramount, they announced, the CEO announced that, like, hey, everyone has to come back to work, right? But if you don't come back to work, then we're going to let you go and give you a severance package, right? I think 400 or something like that, a massive amount of people said, okay, well, we're not coming back to work. So we'll take that severance package.
Wow.
And that severance package deal with everyone quitting is costing Skydance an insane amount of money.
Wild.
So they're losing tons of money right out the gate because they were attempting to force people to come back to work. But once you give people the luxury of working from home, they're like, no, man. Yeah, and I moved to remote locations. I got 5G internet. I'm good, baby. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
There are
job's still
options.
getting done. Yeah. And his argument, the CEO's argument, which I think was probably a Nepo baby too, is just like, you know, I never, you know, like I learned things being a fly on the wall, you know, and I've never met anybody who learned anything eavesdropping on a Zoom conversation.
No.
Which is the same thing though. So I don't think his argument's that strong,
No.
but you know, that makes an excellent confession and something that's super relevant and relatable to plenty out there, because there are a lot of companies that are trying to get workers to come back. But once you open up that, that jar, you cannot close it.
No.
Again, people are just too accustomed now to living that type of like work-life quality mix. So,
Right.
yeah. I mean, if I was doing my show out of my house, you think first off, I did my show out of my house for the first like 10
in
years.
your underwear.
Yeah,
Can't beat that.
Not every day. When I had guests over, I put pants on.
Okay.
Yes. But if I had no guests, I had no pants. Just saying. Okay, give me one more confession. It looks like we're getting a phone call too.
Oh.
So, I'll answer the phone call here when I play Red Hot Chili Peppers to see how it goes. You got no more? Okay. Well.
Wait, I do.
Okay.
Okay, I accidentally started a fake group chat months ago with my girlfriend's friends, pretending to be her, just to see what they were saying about me.
Oh.
They barely mentioned me, but now they tell me everything about each other: affairs, secrets, lies. I've become emotionally invested. I can't stop. It's like I'm living a soap opera I wrote myself.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's what you don't want to be one of the girls. Girls is nothing but gossip. Okay, excellent confession. Keep those emails coming. Weirdo@kfma.com. We got access to that. But yes, I'm going to answer this phone call. We'll find out if this is a confession and play it back right after Red Hot Chili Peppers give it away. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, looks like we got a caller. Rock 102.1, who's this?
This is Kent.
Hey, what's up, dude?
I got a beef.
All right, what's your beef?
My wife and I are both huge fans of your show, man.
Thanks.
Like, we love it. And
Appreciate
lately, she apparently, and she admitted to me yesterday, that she's been having fantasies about you.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Plot thickens, Kent. Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
Lucky.
What, she hasn't been thinking about Rico?
Dude.
She hadn't been thinking about Rico, man. She's been thinking about you. And so I got a little beef.
Well, don't get mad at me. Yeah, don't get mad at me for it. You're not mad at me for this, right? Because I didn't do anything.
I'm not waiting in the parking lot for you to walk out or anything.
Well, thank you.
We got a little beef. We got a little beef.
Well, look.
And I got a beef with her.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, in this situation, Ken, I understand. Like the fantasy is always going to be better than the reality, right? And so, yeah. So if you want, I could sleep with her for you.
That's so nice.
Yeah, dude. Because if I do this, like, I could be a selfish lover, right? She'll sleep with me and then she'll never fantasize about me again. I promise you. I have a 95% fail ratio, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. So he said, yup.
No.
Again, after that fact, I mean,
the Band-Aid off.
yeah,
Let's go.
dude.
Yeah, no, that's a non-starter for me.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the call, and sorry to interrupt your conversation.
It's hard work being a movie and film critic.
Yes, it is. You got to sit there and the hemorrhoids alone. Seriously. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Film critic Herb Stratford's our guest here on the podcast broadcast, as per usual on Fridays, right? We always like to get into movie reviews of what's being released here to the theaters, what we should watch, what we should enjoy. Now, a third movie in a franchise that we didn't even realize was a franchise that we're not even asking for could always be a little sus, right? Like,
Totally.
oh, this could suck really bad. But it's Woody Harrelson, Jesse
Love him.
Eisenberg, and Magic. I mean, those are all cool things. All-star cast. I'm talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Should we see Now You See Me, Now We Don't, or should we not?
So, yes, this is the third movie, and we should also mention the other members of the Four Horsemen, which is the magician group, is Dave Franco and Isla Fisher,
Right.
Formerly married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, I mean, she's available.
Yeah,
I'm coming for you, Isla.
we have not seen her in much lately. So, and then, of course, Morgan Freeman is sort of their handler. But yeah, this is, the first ones were entertaining. I mean, my concern about this series is that we're going to be, next it's going to be the Fast and the Furious, where we've got magicians in space.
Right.
And they're going to be solving like international, like espionage things. I like my magic. I just don't know if I need it to be like world changing magic. And I will say that when the first in it's more impressive. When you're watching it on screen, you're like, I don't know.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I know.
Yeah.
But this feels like something you want to watch at home, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to go sit in the theater where, like, I think for Running Man, the explosions, the action, yes, you should go see that in the theater.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, that was a quick review. And now you see me, now you don't. So you're like, you won't. If you're looking to see me in theaters watching this movie, you won't magically disappearing. But all right. I mean, performances and everything. What about the tricks and the magic and stuff? But you're like, it's all CGI.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's always like, oh, cool. That's creative, But it's like, I'm not sitting there scratching my head going, how did they do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where before you're like,
Well, 2013 is when the first one came out.
So 12 years ago.
2016
Yeah.
is when
Wow.
the second one came out.
That's crazy, though. I mean, the fact that they're
10
continuing
years.
this franchise. Yeah, 12 years.
That's a long
No,
time.
2016 is the second one, though. That came out.
yeah.
So the first one, 2013, 2016. So it's been almost 10 years since the last one.
Yeah, what made them say, hey, you know
I
what?
know.
You want to run this back? I mean, I guess, their careers are all doing fine. Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson's still iconic. Dave Franco's been working, and Jesse Eisenberg's the only one that's kind of like, eh. Well, no, Isla Fisher, really.
Yeah.
Her career kind of dropped off a little bit. Eisenberg, he had that Bigfoot movie, right?
Yeah. No, he's done work. No, I think it's, and some people get him confused with Michael Cera too.
Yes.
And Michael Cera has a great role in The Running Man. Oh my
he
god,
does?
One of my favorite parts of the whole movie is the whole Michael Cera. He's like a conspiracy theorist guy. It's really fun.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So if you had to pick, obviously, between The Running Man, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, you're going for the remake, not the sequel.
I am.
Okay,
Yep,
that's fair.
yep.
Herb Stratford, everybody. There's a couple things that are being released here to our streaming services, including a documentary on Eddie Murphy, which I saw, and I honestly couldn't even get to the whole thing. To be honest with you, and the way that this thing was paced out. Being Eddie, what do you think went wrong in that movie?
Here's the thing. I think much like Adam Sandler, who has a deal with Netflix, Eddie has a deal with Netflix, which is why we got Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, whatever the name of that one was.
Right.
And I think part of the deal was, and I want you to make a documentary about me. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
And I feel like my first thing when I finished watching it, I was like, I didn't really learn anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just felt very surface. It's like, oh, here's Eddie in his ridiculous mansion. Oh my God.
Yeah, the guy has old Hollywood money.
I mean, it's like crazy, the house. And it just felt like, we talked a little bit about his estrangement from Saturday Night Live. We talked a little bit about 48 Hours and a little bit about, the stand-up with the tight red leather suit. But it just felt like it was very surface. It felt like either he had final edits and no dirt was spilled, no revelations, it was just okay.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Eddie Murphy? And a lot of people forget this infamous quote, but I don't. Oh, I'm like a safe. I lock in when it's salacious. Yeah. The quote is, I don't like guys, but I like girls like you. That was Eddie Murphy in the 90s, who had a series of scandals when he was he was basically cheating on his wife with trans women, right? He had a thing, right? And that was one of the quotes that I remember being said, put in print and things like that, that was allegedly said by Eddie Murphy. They didn't touch on that at all.
No, but that's like if you see a Hugh Grant documentary, you're not going to see the story about him, getting a B job.
He should. Yeah, they should. That's a large part of Hugh Grant. I mean, hell, it was the rise, the demise, and the rise again. Hugh Grant. And what was her name again? It was infamous.
Yeah.
Something Brown.
But this is while he was married?
Yeah. While he was with Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
Oh, and then because his wife now, I just think their relationship is so sweet.
Hugh Grant's?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is. But Elizabeth Hurley's still an 11 out of 10, dude.
Oh my
God. But to be fair, probably wasn't doing the things that what her name did,
Divine Brown.
Divine Brown. There you go. I knew my perverted friend Herb Stratford had that locked away somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a couple more releases that are happening on the streaming services. We're going to talk about them on the podcast broadcast and wrap things up with a beef tip after these words. Yeah, Divine Brown.
Oh, you guys are crazy. I got mixed up. Those Pierce Bronson.
That's his wife. Oh, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
That's why I was like, that's crazy. They look so in love.
Yeah, no, that's different.
You want to talk about love? Let's talk about love.
Okay.
Amy Schumer claimed that she had love, And then Amy Schumer, of course, she had like a facial paralysis issue. She had weight issues, things like that. But she was in love with a quirky man, a man that wasn't Hollywood good looking. Had some issues that she would, talk about a little bit.
Right?
Yeah, and it's her baby daddy, right? It seemed like a forever love.
Wait, they're not together?
Well, then Amy Schumer got Ozempic, and then Amy Schumer got treated for her facial puffiness issues. Now Amy Schumer is looking hot again. And Amy Schumer deleted her Instagram posts, all the former Instagram posts that she had with her and her loving husband. And it is alleged that she is on her way out of her marriage.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's set in stone, though. That would be wild.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens. You lose a lot of weight, your face stops getting puffy, and you're like, wait a second, I'm on a smoke show again? I could do better than this guy. This guy's weird. Yeah. Somebody's calling real quick. Let's see what we got here. What can go wrong? Rock 1, 2.1, who's this?
This is Adrian.
What's up, Adrian?
Give away the 3 days grace tickets?
I'm glad that you asked that because, that's what I was thinking. You reminded me just by the call that I had promised a pair of tickets for 3 days grace.
Yes.
And I will give away a pair of tickets for 3 days grace before the end of the show, which is less than 8 minutes. So we're going to do a caller 70 deal that I'll do here shortly, okay?
Right on. Perfect. Thanks, brother.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Just keep riding with us. Appreciate you. And good luck.
All the time.
Right on. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, we got a good fam that's supporting us here, and I appreciate that. And I am the type of person to promise something all day long and then just forget about it.
Wait, do you watch Great British Bake Off?
I watched a couple episodes, but I'm not a cooking show guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is my hetero
So you don't
critic.
have to review that one?
No, I mean, I probably could, but I mean, like, I watched a couple episodes of Is It Cake, which I enjoy Mikey Day.
Yeah, that's
I
fun.
loved
Is it
it.
cake?
You know,
So good.
that's fun.
Yeah, I binged the whole season of that shit.
I know.
But I don't really do the cooking thing. It's like a rabbit hole. If you go down it, you're never going to come out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
This is true.
Yeah. All right. Well, out of this list here that we have, I guess it's just Come See Me in the Good Light or Nouvelle Vague.
Yeah, I would say Come See Me in the Good Light, and I'll tell you why. It's so Come See Me in the Good Light. It was at Sundance in January, and this is a really incredible story about a woman, a poet, Andrea Gibson, who has cancer. And it's following her and her wife, and they're sort of struggling with, she's got a terminal disease, and she's trying to find her artistic voice, and she's trying to be able to figure out if she can come back from all the treatments and, have one last sort of performance of her work. And so it's very, very powerful. She has sadly passed since the film was released.
That is a bummer.
But a lot of folks got behind this. Tig Notaro, the comedian, was one of the producers. She brought in Kevin Nealon. So Kevin and I talked about it. It's something that's just really a powerful story about, sort of your artistic voice and finding that in the face of, a death sentence and, what support you have from your community,
right.
Being your family and your friends to try and get through something. So it's a really good thing. And I'm glad that Apple's releasing it. It's very powerful.
When was the shot? A couple years ago?
Probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah.
All right. It's too bad that she wasn't around to see it released.
Yeah. I mean, she was at the premiere in Sundance, but then she's passed in the last 6 months. So, so that's but I mean, it's certainly a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But it's interesting to see. She really let the cameras into their life, and that's something that when you're going through a terminal illness, you're kind of like, get away from me, you know. And so the fact that she was brave enough to do that is something as well. So
let me ask you this question: as we're fastly approaching December, who's the front runner for movie of the year for you in this calendar year? Which movie was released this year that you're like, this was the best movie of 2025?
For me, and I just watched Hamnet, which is the story about Shakespeare's son Hamnet, which led to the creation of Hamlet.
Yeah.
So that's really powerful. I still think One Battle After Another with Leo is really up there in the running. There's a couple things we haven't seen. There's something next week opens, the Brendan Fraser movie. The one about where he's a rental family. That's the name of it.
Okay.
That's got a lot of buzz on it. It's, we still have a few things that are going to slip out. Jay Kelly, which is the George Clooney movie on Netflix. There's a few things left, but I'm feeling pretty good about One Battle After Another and Hamnet, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I mean, you're the expert. You've seen all these movies.
Well,
I
I mean, of
wish
course,
I saw more.
And there's certain things like, the new Avatar movie is going to win a bunch of awards for tech, right? For cinematography and costumes and whatever else, right? And then Marty Supreme is supposed to be very, very good. That comes out on Christmas Day. That's the Timothy Chalamet movie that everyone's buzzing about.
We watched and reacted to the trailer of it yesterday. Marty Supreme, and we're back on the air, by the way. And it's hard to separate the fact that Timothy Chalamet, in the opening scene of the trailer, he basically it looks like he just shagged Gwyneth Paltrow, who looks, she's gorgeous, but she's 50s. Timothy Chalamet literally looks 13. he looks 13 throughout this entire thing, right?
It's true.
It's hard to kind of detach yourself from that, in a way.
It's true. Yeah. No, it's true. And I think that that can bite you in the behind, right? That youthful appearance, it can work to your benefit or not.
And it's a movie about ping pong and being a ping pong prodigy.
Yeah. And
so then I asked Kendall her favorite movie about ping pong, right? So what do you think your favorite movie about ping pong is?
Forrest Gump.
Yep. See, that's what I said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that. She said like Balls of Fury, and that was cool too. And there was another one that was honorable mention, but I'm like, no, Forrest Gump has to go down as the greatest ping pong movie of all time. So if it's not Forrest Gump level, then I'm not about it. And then she talked about why don't they make a movie about pickleball? But they are. Ben Stiller's made that movie, and that's coming out next month too, right?
I don't know if it's next month, but yeah. Here's a little humble brag. I was at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards this past Sunday.
You son of a bitch.
And I was at Ben Stiller's table.
Yeah, you were.
But he sent his sister.
Oh.
So I was
You
at a
got
table.
to sit next to Ben Stiller's sister, you lucky dog.
Amy. Yeah, I sat next to Amy Stiller.
Oh, you're on first name basis with her. That's cool.
She was lovely. His documentary about his parents, it didn't win the awards, but it's very good. It's called Stiller and Mira, Nothing Is Lost.
Yeah, no, that's great to see that kind of Hollywood couple and the love story.
Yeah.
That led to the nepotism that is Ben Stiller. I love it. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show today. Herb, thank you for coming in early and joining us talking all things Squid Game, the challenge. I'd like to thank Curt and Zoe Stinson for being our guests and pulling back the curtain to let us know what Squid Game, the challenge, is all about. But I did promise you tickets for 3 days grace before they go on sale at 10 a.m. They go on sale at 10 a.m. I'm giving them away before they go on sale. I technically have like 30 seconds. So caller number 70 right now. If you want those tickets for 3 days grace, you'll be my winner, my last winner before we get to the weekend. All right. So call now and good luck. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy your weekend. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When you
I had to cough. Oh my God. I'm like, am I going to throw up on the very last second of the stream?
To all your grief.
Spoiler alert, no.
If you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski. You're not that old, Herb.